Hello guys, Chris here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing a GeForce RTX 3060 12GB GPU in GTA 5. This one is the Afox model of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers and I'm not overclocking it. You can see in Tech Power-Ups GPU Z all of the GPU specs. Resizable bar is enabled. And over on the left, we're pairing it with the Ryzen 7 5800X3D and 32GB of RAM, DDR4 3600 MHz CL14. Let's get into it, shall we? First up, let's go over the settings. I'm starting this at 1080p using the highest settings here, aside from the post effects, which is set to normal. I usually leave it at normal because it introduces motion blur as well as bloom to the image, and I think it looks pretty bad. Now, of course, we are going to utilize some higher resolutions in this video. 1080p is really easy to run in GTA 5. Advanced settings are all turned off because they're super intensive. I usually leave them for higher-end GPUs, and let's get to it. As you can see, we are very close to reaching the engine limits. Actually, at times we can reach the 188 FPS limit of the game, and that means that it will start stuttering in just a little bit, and it's not going to be an enjoyable experience, unfortunately. Oh, by the way, this car is just absolutely perfect for the GPU that we're using here today. Obviously, it's a little bit scratched up right now. I always do that, but yeah, it's exactly the same theme going on. It's lovely, right, guys? Very beautiful. Anyways, let's start counting the FPS and wait for it to stutter. So far, oh, there we go. That will happen a lot if you don't lock your FPS to like 144, 120. Basically, enabling VSync will fix that if you don't have like 240 Hz monitor, for example. In that case, you just set it to half and it will lock it to 120. But I'm not going to use VSync because, you know, that's not good in a benchmark video. What I'm going to do is enable some MSAA, and this will put a little bit more strain on the GPU, so we should be far away from the 188 FPS. 2 times MSAA still not gonna do it. Okay, yeah, the 3060 is doing a really good job actually here. Okay, 4 times MSAA should do it. Yes, all right, finally. Down into the 130s. You know, GTA 5 is very interesting. You actually do want to get less FPS. Less FPS is better whenever you have a beast PC. And you don't even need a beast PC, obviously. It's a 3060 Ti. It's very mid-range these days, I would say. Anyway, let's continue here. Now it will not stutter whatsoever. Wait a second. Oh, there we go. Love to do that. Oh boy, is he mad at us? Wait a second. Hello, dude. I'm gonna honk at him. No? Come on, buddy. Just... Oh, it's like nothing happened, guys. It's like nothing happened. Okay, jump time. Here we go. And we're finally arriving at the Jack's Hill. This area is ultra intensive, basically, especially if you have the grass quality set to ultra, as well as some MSAA anti-aliasing or multi-sampling anti-aliasing. Hello, Jacqueline, how's it going? All good? Very nice to meet you once again over here. But yeah, it can drop into the 60s. So to achieve a playable experience without stuttering, you actually will require the 4 times MSAA if you don't lock the FPS, and it will drop into the lower 70s, maybe mid-60s at times. Goodbye, Bob! Also, why do we kill Bob every time? I hear a lot of you asking every single time I make a video in GTA 5 or a Sunday video. First of all, Bob cheats in CSGO. Nobody likes cheaters in multiplayer games, right? I actually have like 2,000 hours in CSGO almost, and cheaters annoyed the crap out of me back then, and Bob was one of them. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Second reason is, you saw Jacqueline back in that hill, by the way. Jack is, of course, her boyfriend, and Bob did unspeakable things to Jacqueline. So yeah, we don't like that, obviously, right? Anyway, that's it. This is how I would play this game with the RTX 3060, by the way. If I had a 1080p monitor coupled with it. It looks very sharp using 4 times MSAA. It plays buttery smoothly every single time. And if you are seeing less FPS, it's probably because you have a CPU bottleneck. For example, a Ryzen 5 3600 will be good for around like 120, 130 FPS, so you won't really go past that. All right, next is 1440p resolution. Let's lower that MSA. Actually, I will disable it first to see how it handles it without it. Everything else is still the same over here, as well as the advanced settings. And okay, it's getting 140s, 150s at times. That's pretty damn good at native 1440p. I think it will still reach the engine limits sometimes, especially when you get like inside of a house, for example. Damn, it's looking fantastic. I don't know what happens to my TV. Yes, I'm playing this on a TV. Or to my capture card. Whenever I set this game in particular to 1440p, I get added contrast and it looks stunning. It's wow, it is absolutely incredible right now. This area is also super intensive, by the way. Yeah, you can see it dropping into the lower 100s at times because, well, it has a ton of vegetation. Okay. No. What? Did we hit the buddy here? Hello? We hit the buddy. No, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. Damn it. I hate it when this happens. All right, now we gotta make a funeral for him. There it is. Come over here. It's Crispy's restaurant right now. Seeing these FPS dropping into like the 80s at times might mean that we will drop from 60 frames per second using MSAA, guys, at 1440p. 1440p already looks insanely good, though, even without MSAA, especially on a 27-inch monitor. On a 32-inch, for example, you would need a little bit of MSAA, like 2 times, to make it look super sharp and detailed. But yeah, it looks great like this. You can see a lot of shimmering here because I am using a 42-inch monitor for this. But I would totally be happy with this experience, you know. It jumps up to like 160, 170 in the city, and out in the countryside, it drops into the lower 50s at times. But let's enable that 2 times MSAA. All right, we got the friend over here with us. I'm trying to avoid looking at the naked people. And we should actually bring her home, right? Or get her home. Yes, not bring her home because we're not going to our house. Anyway, let's go. I'm not gonna test GTA Online because the tax on the GPU is exactly the same, but the tax on the CPU is insane, and you always end up being CPU bottlenecked. Since we're testing the GPU, it doesn't make sense to bottleneck it in online, because the single player is the way to see how the GPU runs, okay? Alright. Here we are. Now what? Can you give me money? Oh, yes. Oh, no, it's a cigarette. I want money. Give me money. Give me money. She did. All right, we got the $11 at least. And her car as well. So this is perfect. This area is super intensive, let me tell you. I'm not sure if we are going to see lower FPS in like Jack's Hill, but I'm going to make my way there now. But yeah, we got a ton of grass around us, although it's not very dense grass, and I think that's dropping our FPS like crazy. Look at that. Ooh, 64, 63 FPS right now. Oh, it's starting to drop a lot, but still no drops from 60. Although, I think in Jack's Hill it would drop slightly. Alright, that's a really, really intensive area, as you know. Oh, that's why I tested there. Not because Jack is there, you know. What the heck is wrong with my car? Oh, that wheel is not working. Okay, well, it's a much better one, isn't it? Ooh, look at the speed of this thing, my friends. It is so fast, too furious. Let's go. What? It doesn't turn. Okay, it wasn't my fault, okay, guys? Yeah. Anyway, we are in Jack's Hill. We can see... Oh, those lens flares are looking beautiful, actually. Look at that. Damn. All right, I like it. I like it very much. Let's see how much it drops. 67, 66. Well, we've seen lower already here today. Interesting. Okay, 63. That's about the lowest that we've seen so far. Yeah, see, this is why I tested here. It's very, very intensive compared to other areas. 61. All right. Okay, apparently it won't really drop from 60. It might here and there in super intensive areas, but most of the time it's going to be 60 plus, and if you give it a little bit of an overclock, it will also be comfortably at 60 plus. It won't even drop slightly from 60 even in intensive areas. What about 4K though? Oh, we can't use 120 Hertz anymore. Come on, what is happening? The menu started stuttering. Let's disable MSAA here at 4K, leave everything else as is. And here we go, 3840 by 2160. We're seeing less than 60 FPS. Well, we were seeing less than 60 FPS there in the menu. Now it jumped up, but it will definitely drop, guys. Right, in Jack's Hill, you already know it's going to be super intensive compared to this. But it's good that it's still playable, obviously. And of course, these are still very high to ultra settings, so it's way more intensive. Can we get 69 on average? That would be perfect at 4K, you know? That would mean that 3060 is actually great for 4K in GTA 5. I think it's gonna drop from 69. Yep, there we go. Yeah, 40s around here. Again, if you just lower the grass quality to high instead of setting it to ultra, it would get you a lot more FPS, maybe even like 15 to 20 more FPS. It would still drop from 60, but it would look very similar and get you a little bit smoother of an experience overall, which is very nice, of course. Look at the God rays there. That's looking really good, actually. GTA, even without any mods, it still looks great. So what I'm gonna do next is set it to high instead of very high. So let's turn these down. Actually, we can keep it. Well, I'm gonna test 8K in a little bit. So texture quality, I'll leave that on high instead of very high. If you're just playing at 4K, set that to very high. It doesn't really affect performance anyways. And okay, these are the new settings that we're using. All right. High pretty much everything. I'm also gonna lower these a little bit. Okay, no MSAA. Let's apply and restart. Wow, that's actually a bit crazy. I was not expecting it to get such higher FPS. Okay. Alright, here we go. Now down into the lower 100s at times, but this is looking insanely good. Can I actually not crash against a single car here today in the road to Jack? That would be perfect. Let's go. Let's go. I'm doing my best right now. What? Is it my fault, guys? Is it? I don't think so. The guy just came out of nowhere, right? Maybe I should have been more careful there. But it's all about speed, this game. So, yeah, it's like we're playing Need for Speed. There we go. All good. Yeah, very smooth, by the way. If you are running like a 120 Hertz monitor at 4K, it's gonna be perfect, basically, with these settings. Damn. This is really good. We gained about like, what, 50 frames per second on average compared to previously with almost the same visuals. That's crazy. Over here, since the grass is not set to ultra anymore, it doesn't drop by all that much, only about like 20, 40 frames per second or so, which is still a big drop, obviously, but you won't really feel it that much compared to previously. Hi, Jack. Why are you running away from me? You're always running away from me, buddy. I love you. Get over here. Jack, can you please, like, kill somebody? That would be interesting, you know. Help me. Help, no. Whoa. Whoa, you bastards. You bastards. You deserve to die. Okay, going down here, getting 70s. Yeah, this is very good. It's not going to drop from 60 anymore. So even at 4K resolution, it's going to be great, guys, if you keep things on high. Now we should probably test it at 8K, and I'll need to restart the game because I forgot to set DSR in the Nvidia control panel. But you know what? While we're at it, I will show you how to do it. Alright, first up, you just go to your Nvidia control panel in the desktop. Here it is. Go to Manage 3D Settings. In DSR Factors, you will select 4 times, which will quadruple your resolution in pixel count, and that's it. That's all there is to it, basically. Also, if you're interested in my control panel settings, this is it. Prefer maximum performance right here and high performance right here. And now we finally can select the 7860 by 4320 Res. Let's go. Here we go, guys. Actually, already dropping from 30, but we are finally playing at 8K res using the high settings still, okay? This is super intensive right now. It's basically 4 times the resolution of 4K, so obviously things are gonna suck a bit for the RTX 3060. Oh boy, I'm stuck. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is dropping from 30 by a lot, dude. Okay, even here, you know, so in Jack's Hill it will be insanely terrible. I think we should play on normal instead. Alright guys, normal settings are the lowest settings in this game, and it's now set to just that. I'm also using normal textures, although we could use high textures. It's not going over the VRAM limits, it's far from it. But we will test it at higher resolutions than 8K, so I'll just do it now. Okay, here we go, guys. This is it, and now it is very playable. Well, not very playable compared to everything that we saw so far, right? But it is certainly a heck of a lot better than 20s. It's basically what, like double the performance almost of what we saw on high. So insane scaling, by the way. Can we talk about the scaling on the settings in this game? There are tons of newer titles. For example, Warzone 2 comes to mind, where going from ultra settings to low settings only get you like 20, 30 more FPS. In this one, it's just insane, right? The difference is crazy. The graphical quality difference is also crazy, although it still looks decent even on normal settings. Certainly has better textures than like The Last of Us on low, for example, and it consumes less VRAM, or about the same VRAM as The Last of Us on low and 1080p, and this is at 8K. I want the tractor. I never get to ride these things or drive these things in these videos, because I don't really find them very often, right? Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. Can we run her over? Oh my god! Dude, she instantly dies! Do you want to die as well? I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm not. This is interesting to see. I'm a maniac. I feel like a maniac or a psychopath. I'm sorry. 8K with the RTX 3060 turned me into a maniac, my friends. I am sorry. I am sorry. Also, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Are you turning into Cyberbug, GTA? What the hell was that? Does this have the power to go uphill? Oh, thank you so much, policeman, for giving me a little push. We need to see Jack. Can we run Jack over with this? That would be crazy. Anyways, since we are using normal grass quality right now, it doesn't really change by all that much whenever you go into grassy areas or bushy areas. It is slightly more intensive than it was before, but it's good-ish. It's still gonna stay above 30 FPS, and that's very important. Now, 16K resolution. Should we go up to 16K right away? Or should we try first, like, 12K? Let's try 12K first. Alright. Even sharper than 8K. I can tell just a little bit of a difference. It's almost negligible. Well, it is negligible, let's be honest. It doesn't matter. Again, the sweet spot would be 4K, even for a 42-inch monitor. So this is just stupid at this point. Lastly, let's try this out. This is the maximum resolution that we can try in GTA. I can't go over this to 2.5 times because that would be 20K resolution, and DirectX just can't handle it. 16K is actually the maximum res of DirectX. So whenever I set it to 2.5 times there in the frame scaling mode, that would mean 20K resolution, and the game just crashes instantly every single time. I tried it with the RTX 4090 and it crashed, so it's not gonna work in anything else. Still, it is kind of impressive that we're getting 15 frames per second at what is essentially 16K resolution, 16 4K monitors. That's how it works. 16K is 2 times the vertical resolution of 8K, and that is 4 times the pixel count of 8K, and 8K is 4 times the pixel count of 4K, so 4 times 4 gives us 16 times 4K resolution. That is just insane. It's just crazy. It's super impressive that it still manages to walk, not run. Can we smash this? Wait a second. Wait. Oh my god, it's just... It runs over everything, dude. This is insane. Oh, that building over there at the distance is looking terrible. Damn. Honestly, I thought this was just gonna crash at 16K with the RTX 3060, but nope. It actually can handle it because of the 12 gigabytes of VRAM. But yeah, that's been it. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh boy, this is fun. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, guys. I'll see you in the next one very soon. As always, love you all. Bye-bye. And now we're making tractor babies. Look at that, or trying to. Maybe it's not gonna work. See you soon.